Guys, I'm here with Connor with his Honda Civic. You want to tell me a little bit more about your motor, mate?
It's a 1996, so it's an EJ9, so it's a hatchback.
What have you had done to it?
So, to be honest with you, the list's very extensive, but the main parts people are going to care about is a K24 with a Garrett turbo setup, and then lots of support.
Which turbo do you mind?
So it's a G30 770.
Oh wow!
Garrett, yeah.
So what sort of power will that run?
So at the minute, because obviously we've only had the car on the road maybe like just over a month now, we're kind of just ironing out the kinks. So low boost, which is like around 12 psi, made comfortably over 500. I think the torque was, I think off the top of my head, it was about 560.
Yeah. So obviously you've got a custom full ECU in here. What ECU route did you go?
So we looked at a couple of different options because I've done a couple of Hondas. We went with a Doctronic ECU, just because my friend Chris kind of runs them in a lot of his cars, and the amount of like outputs we needed, so things like two-step, rolling launch, anti-lag, stuff like that, we just kind of needed lots of outlets, and Doctronic's really good for that.
What have you done with your gear gator? Is it a short gearbox?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, it's a 5-speed box. So a lot of people use the 6-speed out of the EP3, the Type R. But for kind of how I wanted to set the car up, I wanted a bit of a stronger box, and so we went with the 5-speed, which is out of the EP2 Type S. So it was a little bit hard to find because of how rare, they quite low production amounts from Honda. So we found one eventually, and yeah, it's just got the hybrid racing short shifter setup with like DC5 cables and stuff, and it seems to be doing the trick at the moment.
I see as well you've also got like a custom dash. Which route did you go with the dash?
Yeah, so with the dash, I'm quite a paranoid person, so I wanted to be able to like monitor everything. So we went with a Racetech digital dash, the V2 one. So I can kind of keep an eye on everything, and obviously we've got like the AFR gauge and stuff, and I'm going to put in some more gauges, I think. But yeah, it's a really cool feature in it.
And then obviously your seats, you've got bucket seats in.
To be honest with you, I can't remember the brand. I think it's like the TRSs, the OMPs.
Yep.
But I did have standard seats in it initially, and they just were not the vibe, man. You were just like wobbling
quite
around.
Uncomfortable as well.
Yeah. So yeah, we went with the OMPs just to get a bit of nice comfort with the Takata harnesses. I think are really good as well.
Yeah, and obviously you're fully stripped out in the back.
Always Honda, always got to be done.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's been a big labour of love. Obviously, like I spoke to you off camera about the reason why I bought it, and it's been like 10 months now? 10-month project, something like that.
It's a long time, and
it's a very long
you always see the good outcome at the end of it.
Yeah,
This car is definitely a smiles car.
Yeah, definitely. Like you get in it, and yeah, it's a bit awkward driving it around town. The clutch, so I didn't mention the clutch because it's a twin plate.
Yep.
So it's like in a 1200 Newton meter clutch, so it's a bit on and off. But obviously, when I put on high boost, obviously I wanted to have nice and safe numbers. So,
and you know as well, the clutch will be able to deal with the abuse if it needs
exactly. Exactly. So that's the plan, is kind of overspec everything, so I don't have to worry about anything blowing up.
So you don't need to worry about anything breaking at all, because you've literally overhauled everything.
It's just like silly things, like the intercooler is rated for like 900 horsepower, and we waited for it to come to America, from America. So you know, it's kind of just safe proofing things. Like you can do things cheaper.
But what's the point in that aspect?
Yeah,
you might as well just pay the little bit extra and make sure it's bulletproof.
Exactly, yeah. And you hear horror stories of people buying cheap parts and something blowing up or going wrong. You just don't want to risk it, really.
Yeah, and obviously you've got the screamer pipe out the front.
Yes, sorry, I should say, yeah. So Chris over at CF Autoworks has kind of built the car with us, and all the exhaust work, so like the screamer pipe, the manifold, the actual physical exhaust underneath the car is all custom made from Chris. So we weren't really sure how the car was going to sound. Hopefully the videos do it justice.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. I'm quite happy with how the car sounds, really.
Brilliant. Have you got any shout outs you'd want to?
Yeah, obviously just huge shout out to Chris over at CF Autoworks on Facebook. He can do absolutely anything you need with a car, whether it's tuning, fabrication, fitting parts, taking parts off, whatever you need. And obviously Jake and Joe, who I share the unit with, obviously helped me tremendously in the process. Yeah. So it's
sound like a set of good guys.
Yeah, it's really nice when you all put so much time into it, and I'm very grateful, and then it comes together